HOA Neighbor Drama, English version. Picture this. One early morning, I step outside with my cup of coffee, heading toward my garage. But instead of seeing my own car, I find an SUV parked inside. At first, I thought maybe I was still half asleep, but no, there it was, sitting comfortably like it belonged. And the owner? None other than a certain HOA board member. Let's call her Miss K, the self-proclaimed guardian of community rules. I stood there stunned. "Miss K, why is your car in my garage?" With a smug little smile, she replied, "Oh, I just needed a safe place overnight. Your garage was open, so I figured it wouldn't be a problem." I almost laughed in disbelief. "Excuse me, this is my private property. Parking here without permission is trespassing." She waved her hand dismissively. "Oh, come on. We all live in the same community. Sharing resources is just common sense." I shook my head. "There is nothing in the HOA bylaws that says you can use someone else's garage." That's when she smirked and said, "Well, actually, I drafted a new emergency parking rule. It's in the HOA records." Later, I learned that she had forged the HOA president's signature, but at that moment, I'd had enough. I calmly said, "Move your car now." She didn't budge. In fact, she leaned against my garage door frame, sipping her latte like she was posing for a magazine cover. That's when something inside me snapped. I went back inside, grabbed my welding kit, yes, welding is a hobby of mine, and started sealing my own garage door shut. Sparks flew, the smell of hot metal filled the air, and her SUV was officially locked in. She screamed, "What do you think you're doing? This is illegal!" I paused just long enough to look her in the eyes. Protecting my property. That night's HOA meeting turned into a circus. She stormed in with a pile of papers, shouting, "He trapped my car! This is harassment!" The HOA president picked up her so-called emergency parking rule and froze. "Wait a minute. This has my signature. But I was in Florida when this was dated." The room went silent. Everyone realized what had happened. A forged document. Fraud. The HOA immediately voted to file an official complaint. When the police arrived, the officer took one look at the welded garage door and then at the paperwork. He shook his head. "Ma'am, your vehicle was on his property without consent. That's trespassing." Her face turned pale as he handed her a citation. For once, she had nothing to say. But she wasn't done. A few days later, she tried to sue both me and the HOA for emotional distress. The case lasted barely 15 minutes before the judge dismissed it, citing her bad faith actions. On top of that, she was ordered to pay court costs. Then came the twist. Her beloved SUV wasn't even fully hers. Turns out, it was under repossession. She'd been hiding it in different garages and even moving it between states. When the repo company saw the police report, they showed up with a flatbed truck, cut the weld, and hauled it away. The entire neighborhood watched from their porches while she screamed on her front lawn. After that, her reputation collapsed. She lost the HOA election, the state fined her nearly $18,000 for document fraud, and legal bills piled up. Her once perfect lawn went brown because she couldn't afford landscapers anymore. The final straw came when a moving truck pulled into her driveway. She tried to act like no one noticed, but of course everyone did. I walked by, coffee in hand, and asked casually, "Leaving so soon?" She clenched her jaw. "This neighborhood is toxic." I smiled faintly. Or maybe it's just allergic to fraud. By sunset, the truck was gone. So was she. No dramatic goodbye, no neighborhood post, just a quiet exit. And here's the lesson. You can't bend rules to suit your own ego. Sooner or later, the truth, and sometimes a little karma, catches up.